Thank you for staying with us on today's Tech Show. We are back to the Tech Talk segment of the show. Now, on today's Tech Show, we are focused on the Tech Talk segment. We are focusing on how innovation is reshaping the real estate sector across Africa through property technology solutions. It's aimed at reducing fraud and improving transaction transparency. My guest today is the co-founder and CEO of Sytemap. He will share insights on the opportunities and challenges within the property tech system. Nnamdi Uba of Sytemap, thank you for joining me on the show today.
Thank you, Paul. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. I think I had you sometime last year once, or 2 years ago. Yes. I can't remember, but that was the last time I had you. Happy New Year to you.
The same to you.
Yeah. Now, can you briefly tell us about your journey into property tech and what inspired your career in this space?
Okay. It doesn't have anything to do with me anyway, but
okay.
My co-founder who lost 23 million naira in land fraud in 2023, so in 2017.
Oh, wow.
So that was what actually inspired us, because we were running a business together as of then. So we built our own cryptocurrency exchange. So when we saw when that happened, we were like, okay, I think land transaction or real estate transaction is actually the best place where blockchain technology can be applied in a way that we can be able to see everything in a transparent way. And that was how we started the Sytemap. Then it was House Africa that we are calling it. So from there, we started, we launched our blockchain-based land registry in 2019, and had a partnership with Nigerian Mortgage Refinance Company. We started competition with Kaduna State Land Registry, CADGIS, and also signed another partnership with Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors. So we wanted to launch that product in April 2020. I think 20th April 2020. That was in the inauguration day for the 50th anniversary for Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors. We wanted to launch it on that program, but we were not able to do that because COVID-19 came in February, so everybody went on lockdown. So that was how we could launch that application. So we had to, instead of waiting for the government, we had to pivot and started giving that same solution to the private real estate companies. And we now changed the name from House Africa to Sytemap.
Interesting. Now, how is technology helping address the real estate fraud in Nigeria and to a large extent Africa today?
Okay, currently transactions are still heavily, it's not, I would say there is no technology right now, but every other thing is still manual. The only technology that is currently existing that is working perfectly well is payments, transferring money from account number to the developer's account number. That's the only technology that is actually existing right now. Yeah, of course, every other technology requires a manual input, and there is always a human error. You understand? Every other technology that you're talking about right now has a manual input, and none of them has a way that a client is actually being carried along on what they are doing. Let's look at what the developers are doing right now. They have the layout. They can the layout is manually printed, so they just write your name on that layout. They also impute it on their system, on Excel sheets. You understand? So all those kind of processes are still very manual and prone to errors. You understand? And prone to duplicate allocations. Because one of the major challenges the real estate are having is not recording, is the double applications over subscription. That's one of the things that is killing them. You understand? Where you have 300 plots, because of massive marketing, you oversell. Maybe you have 300 plots to be sold to 300 people, then 500 people paid money into the bank account. becomes a to actually manage those kind of things. So that's one of the things that we see, that we know. So we are looking at technology where we can have an end-to-end and even to the registry. How can someone, like in Rwanda now, if I buy land now in Rwanda, 5 minutes, I get a text message, it has been recorded to the land registry. It has been connected. You understand? So every transaction goes back to the government, comes back to you that bought, without you going for legwork and all those things. Everything will just happen on their own. So that's the kind of technology we are looking for, where people can stay in the comfort of their house, buy land, and everything is recorded on the land registry. The developers has their record, everything runs end to end with nobody being involved. If we can achieve that in Nigeria, I can bet you that our GDP will enter $2 trillion.
Oh, really? Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. You've just talked about one of those challenges, but what are the other challenges that are facing the property tech ecosystem in Nigeria?
Yeah, because I think with the that's okay. Let's look at it from this angle. Other challenges that are
Okay.
facing is because real estate transaction is heavily manual. You understand? You want, because of the work of money involved, you want to collect your money. You want that paper to be real. You want to see everything you get. So bringing technology into it is very, very difficult. It's very, very, because everybody wants to be sure. And why are everybody trying to be sure? Because of the fraud that is involved. You understand? But if there is, like I said, if there is a parallel end-to-end transaction system, you know that if you are paying this money, government is sending you email in the next 5 minutes that they have received your land. The land has been moved in your name. Then you don't have any other problem. But that heavily manual thing everybody is relying on is difficult for anyone. You know, like for example, when we started House Africa in 2017, we wanted to do agency system where we help people manage their lands. So we help people manage their houses and all that. But the thing is, somebody just asked me one question, and that question scattered the whole startup idea. You get, like, for example, someone said, all I just need is to send my landlord a message and say, okay, please send me your phone number, give me your account number, I send, you pay, I transfer, I send him. So have you received? You say yes. I'll send lawyer to. So why am I building a renter application? You get to, how am I building a renter application? So you see that that alone has already, that idea is already scattered. There's nothing I want to do around it. You get, unless I'll start looking for landlords that that are busy, that cannot manage that property. But how many are they? You get, we have a lot of facility managers already doing that, but still they don't even have application they are giving to their people that are using to manage all these things. So that's just one of the challenges. The technology, people in the real estate sector still prefer that manual processes because it's more clearer to them. So bringing in a new thing makes it super difficult for them to come in. And you know, when you bring new thing in the real estate sector, it looks like you are reinventing the wheel. It looks like you are reinventing the wheel. So the best way is find what is already working, find how you can use technology to improve what is already working, and that's how you can be able to enter faster.
Now, what role, or let me say, what role does data play, or do you think data will play in transforming the Africa's property market?
Data is going to be our game changer. Like we have this data, but we scattered around everywhere. If there's a way we can harmonize this data on one platform, a lot of magic is going to happen in the Nigerian real estate. People can forecast for future. People can, okay, this is what is happening now. I can think for the future. People can verify before they buy. People can, understand. People can see how their property is also improving. But we don't have those data. Even the real estate companies that are selling lands and the prices keep increasing, there is no platform, you understand, that their buyer can use to say, okay, I bought this land now. It's now. You understand? Okay, that means it's going well. As it's going like that, I can forecast that in the next 3 years it should be this amount. But most times all those things are audio. You don't even see them happen.
He said it's audio.
So data is going to change a whole lot of things for us. Like, in fact, like, it's only Nigeria I see that land registry is scattered. You understand? We have 774 local governments. All of them have their different records. Federal government even have their own record. Real estate companies are now having their own record because most of those estates they are selling, they are giving out the deed of assignment. All those records are with them and not even with the government. So everybody has a lot of there are a lot of records everywhere about land ownership that if you want to do verification now, you need to waka. You go state, check, go federal, check, go court, check, and know whether the land is in deep, what is it called? Is in encumbrance or there is
in dispute or has been sold.
There's a dispute on the case. You go to there's one they call it, I've forgotten. You go to will and know whether somebody gives that land to someone as will. Then you go to the family, you go to the real estate company and check. So before you buy, you need to the kind of check you are going. But if there is a system that connected all these things, just stay in the comfort of your house, see the whole data, and make your decisions instantly. So data is actually key. We don't have any data. Most of the things we do in Nigeria is forecast. We just bring up forecast based on what we have seen that happened, and we use it to make decisions and bring up data. We don't really have that accurate data.
Okay, now let me ask you this: do you think Nigeria and to a large extent Africa, how fully ready are they for digitization of real estate transaction? Do you think they are ready, or do you think they'll be ready in 1 or 2 years? How fully ready are they for full digitalization of real estate transaction?
We are fully ready since after COVID-19. We are ready since after COVID-19. You understand? COVID-19 showed that it is possible. You understand? After COVID-19, it's shown and proven that it is possible. Because during the COVID-19, that was when people started buying land without sending someone to go and see, without, you know, started trusting the developer because they don't want to come outside so that they will not catch COVID and all those kind of things. You get a lot of things changed. Virtual reality started booming. Video calls started booming. You understand? You can stay in your house and you just ask them to do a video call and show you the place, and you see that. So a lot of different means started coming out. So we are actually fully ready. I can tell you that 80% of people who are buying land from the real estate company do not know where that estate is. They just, because of the way the realtor marketed it, or they have already known the developer, they just pay it.
Interesting.
So which means that we are ready. Just for those people that they are being paid blindly, to be transparent enough to tell you that, okay, this is what you own, this is what is for you, you understand, and this is the document for it. You get.
It's still today's tech show, your premium dial, today 95.1 FM, and I'm still discussing with the co-founder of Sytemap, Nnamdi Uba, and we are discussing leveraging tech for property, real estate in Nigeria and to a large extent Africa. We're live on Facebook at today 95.1 FM. You could watch us live. We're live on Facebook. You could send WhatsApp or text messages to 0701 9339 962. And I'll be glad to read out your messages to Nnamdi if you can find answers to them. Now, Nnamdi, how do you think property tech startups can scale across Africa market here?
One of the ways which we can scale, we're already using that, which is networking approach. That has actually proven to be the best way to scale. The real estate companies are doing that already, where their main target is not the buyers. Their main target is growing community of sellers. That is the realtors or the agents and all that. So they build it. You see them having 20,000 realtors, 10,000 realtors, 2,000 realtors. Those people now come in and help them sell on daily basis. So if any location they are launching, they are carrying those people along. So those people are more like their primary users. So they focus more on those realtors, build a number of them, and leverage on them to scale very fast. If there is no realtors, I bet you that most of the real estate companies cannot finish 20 plots in one estate in 1 year. So it will be very difficult.
Now, let's look at the role of government in all of this we are talking about. Now, how can government support innovation in the property tech sector?
Yeah, government, how I feel, because I have actually worked with a lot of governments, so I can give you from my experience. So the best way I feel government can support is to do PPP, government public partners, private partnerships, where they don't have to be the one. They just have to set up the policies. You understand? Partner with solutions or companies who are offering such solutions and allow them to run it and manage it. If they want to do it themselves, it's going to be very difficult, because the people that are going to use in doing that thing is already busy with other things. And because this is not paying them additional money, it's difficult for them to focus on it. That's why a lot of government projects, after spending so much money, you find out that it's dead. It's not because the government don't want to do it, but the people in their team they're handing it over to are already very busy. So telling this department again to do this, there's no additional money, because of course, government thing now, everything has to follow a long process. So there's no additional salary. So they will just ignore the whole thing. They'll come to it whenever they feel like. And that way, all these policies will keep dying as the government are implementing. But if government handed these things over to private companies and empower them and say, go here and do it, then it becomes easier. Before you know it, under 1 year, we'll get most of these things sorted out.
Now, do you think that in terms of...
Let me give you an example of this. Use Kaduna State GIS. Kaduna State GIS is run by a different company,
Okay.
So the company paid the company to build and manage. So they are the one managing it, but they report back to the government. But the government don't have hand in. They are staying in the government office. The government gave them office, everything. They're the one managing everything. That's why it's working. You understand? Because now every month, all you just need to do is to pay them retainership or management fee, and they keep working and making sure that it's work. Keep updating things that is needed, and keep working. But the moment government themselves want to run it by themselves, is dead on arrival.
Now, as someone who is a co-founder, let me ask you this question, because some people are also asking this question. How profitable is the property tech industry for investors and founders?
If you do your business model well, it's very profitable. It's very, very profitable. Okay. But you need to find your business model properly. Like we did a lot of business models. We keep changing the business model, looking for what is scalable and what can give us at least a road to $1 million revenue in 1 year. You understand? So you need to keep finding what works and what is possible. So that's how. But it's actually very, very profitable. You can ask the real estate.
Okay, so what innovations are you currently working on that you think the public needs to, that will benefit the public?
Okay, like we have Sytemap women community where we focus more on helping women to own land in a transparent and trusted way. So with our satellite imaging technology, they can verify the land, they can choose their plot before even making payment. You understand? They can monitor their land from anywhere they are in the world as they are making payment. And we are also introducing other features around it. That's something we're calling digital realtor. Digital realtor is someone who sells real estate company without being in that place. Like me, for example, I'm a digital realtor. I stay in Port Harcourt and I sell lands across Nigeria. I sell in Port Harcourt. I sell without going anywhere. You understand? Still maintain the trust and transparency that is involved. You understand? So that's the most important thing. So it's a solution that we're bringing up this month that can help people to stay wherever they are, be a realtor, and earn without doing anything. So we call it earn
Interest.
commissions without actually selling.
Before I ask you my final question, do you think the younger people who are investing in properties will embrace digital land registration soon? Do you think they will do so soon?
Yes, they're already doing that. Last year we did
Okay.
500 plus plots. We sold 500 plots last year. So it means
Yeah.
that the adoption is increasing. This year alone, I've sold 57 plots. So it means that the adoption is actually coming up and is increasing because people don't want to stress themselves. People also want to buy that thing genuinely while they focus on doing what they are doing. Have you asked yourself, why can I go to Jumia and buy iPhone 17 Pro Max? 3.5 million. But when it comes to land of 500,000, I'm struggling to even bring the 500,000. So if there is a system that provides the whole in transparency, why not? You stay in the comfort of your and do the whole thing, and all the document will come to you. And that is what we are doing. Like me now, our policy is our document is delivered by the CEO. So once you finish making your payment, I take the document and deliver you in person. You understand? When there is a location, we'll take you back to the land and say, this is your land. So that way, everything moves. All our processes are digital. Our women choose their plots by themselves, or we help them choose the ones that cannot do that. We'll help them to choose. We use that same plot, generate their offer letters, they make payment, everything is automated, they get their payment, they get alert, they get email, they get their receipts, everything automated. And they have a unique bank account number tied to that plot of land. Anytime they make payment, it automatically send them the receipt, send them proof of the payment, tell them how much they have paid, how much is remaining. They don't have, so imagine by 12, imagine paying for a land, because now you can pay for land on Friday evening. Now till Monday they
Yeah.
will confirm. Sometimes Tuesday said that's when they will not confirm. Send you. Yeah. But with our system, instantly, as you even if you pay 12 midnight, everything happens immediately. For you, you are okay. You see your proof, you see confirmation of your payment, you see an email attached with your receipts. You see everything is done without you doing everything. So that's what we see. So we have seen adoption, and let me even shock you. Our niche is not even the youth; it's from 35 and above, and much more the youth.
Interesting. My final question to you: what is your vision for property technology development in Africa? Let's say over the next decade.
Yeah, there are a lot of prop tech companies that are coming in as much as there is some. In fact, let me even say this year is actually a year for the real estate technology globally, because a lot of tractions are coming in, a lot of investment are also coming in. At least in Africa, we saw a startup that raised $75 million. You understand, as a startup. We also see other ones from other emerging markets in Egypt, in in Saudi Arabia and all that. So it means that there is traction happening right now on the prop tech. So with the right resources and investment coming in, a lot of things are going to change in the way we transact real estate in Africa very soon. So I'm giving it like 5 years. Things are going to change.
Nnamdi Uba, co-founder and CEO of Sytemap, thank you for joining me on this segment of the show.
Thank you so much for having me.